Anantasya, of the unlimited Lord, Yashaha, glories, Ankitani, depicted, Yat, what, Shrinvanti, do hear, Gayanti, do sing, Grinanti, do accept, Sadhavaha, the purified men who are honest. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. On the other hand, that literature which is full of descriptions of the transcendental glories of the name, fame, forms, pastimes, etc. of the unlimited Supreme Lord is a different creation full of transcendental words directed towards bringing about a revolution in the impious lives of the world's misdirected civilization. Such transcendental literatures, even though imperfectly composed, are heard, sung and accepted by purified men who are thoroughly honest. So purport is very elaborate. We will offer Mangalacharan and then we will study the purport gradually. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guraho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Dalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prem Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvashe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamani Haripriye. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this Mangalacharan, like devotees should not overtake the speaker, no? It is more, your volume is more, and then sometimes it is overtaking this one. It should not happen like that. Yeah? It's not necessary. So this is a very important shloka which Srila Prabhupada quotes in the preface to the Srimad Bhagavatam, and many other places also he cites this particular shloka. So this comes in the context of Narad Muni instructing Vyasadeva. So Vyasadeva is dejected, even after writing all the Vedic literatures, and he is also able to identify that I have not exclusively glorified the Supreme Lord, and that is the reason he's feeling dejected. So but then when his spiritual master Narad Muni came, so he specifically pointed out also that exclusive glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very much essential. So in one of our previous sessions also we discussed this point that definitely Vyasadeva had written the glories of the Supreme Lord, so in other Vedic scriptures as well. So but then why is it that he is dissatisfied even after writing the glories of the Supreme Lord? Yeah. So in other aspects, in other literatures, it is talked about karma, jnana, yoga. These things are very elaborately spoken, and bhakti is also spoken, because without bhakti, karma, jnana and yoga cannot stand. No, so bhakti as a support principle of karma, jnana and yoga, so that has been discussed. But then exclusive bhakti, no, giving up all other things and then performing exclusive bhakti. So you would not find so many shlokas like Deva Rishi Bhuta Trinam Pitrinam, or this one Tyaktva Swadharmam Charanam Bhajam Harer. So these kind of shlokas you would not find generally in the Vedic literatures. No, so Vedic literatures generally would encourage people to follow the dharma, encourage people to follow varnashrama. So Srimad Bhagavatam right in the front, it starts speaking about you give up everything and you perform devotional service. No, this is something which is not ordinarily found. So why? Because if ordinary people are given this instruction, so it will create a chaos in the society. No, it is not going to make the society any better. So because natural inclination of the living entity is to perform sense gratification, and to regulate the sense gratification, this varnashrama and this dharmic principles are very, very essential. And in the process, if they get to hear shlokas like Tyaktva Swadharmam and things like that, they will give up their Swadharma and they'll perform Adharma. So they will not perform Parodharma. It is very difficult to perform this Parodharma, that is continuous execution of Krishna consciousness, or Kirtanaya Sadahari. So this is very, very difficult. It is very difficult process for people in general. So that is why it is very essential that the Vedic literatures talk about the dharmic principles. Vedic literatures talk about the varnashrama. And giving up varnashrama is only for a person who is thoroughly engaged in Krishna's service. Otherwise it is not possible to give up varnashrama. So there is a lot of misconception even amongst devotees. Sometimes devotees while getting married, they say, we are devotees, why should we see horoscope matching? Devotees to transcendental hote beyond the modes of material nature. So no need to see horoscope, and then no need to see some no need to follow some rituals in the things like that, and all karma kanda rituals are not need to follow because we are devotees. This is all wrong understanding. Devotees means Prabhupada also got devotees married without seeing horoscope, right? During his time. So that time husband and wife both living in temple, and both were going in Sankirtan whole day. So no need to see the horoscope. But if you are not doing whole day devotional service, if you are having job outside doing something else, then you have to follow all the rules and regulations nicely. So it is a very essential aspect that the dharma must be followed very nicely. And here the descriptions this particular context what is coming is, so it is not that bhakti is not being described, it is the exclusive bhakti is not being described. That is why Vyasadeva is dissatisfied. And why is this exclusive bhakti so very important? So this exclusive bhakti is the natural activity of the living entity in the spiritual world. Even in the spiritual world, this is the activity of the living entity. And this is the point, why? What is the purpose of all the Vedic literatures? To know about Krishna, then finally, after knowing Krishna, what will happen? Iti matva bhajantema. So once you understand Krishna, so then what you will do is you will engage in his bhajan, ananya bhajan. That is what will happen. So now, whole of the Vedic literatures are described, all the routes to go to Ananya Bhajan is described, but Ananya Bhajan is not described. So then it will be the goal is not being described, or the ultimate destination is not being described. So then that is not very good, right? So the other aspects if you have to come to karma, if you have to come to jnana, if you have to come to yoga, there are so much of prerequisites, and then a person is made to wait. First coming to karma yoga, what is the prerequisite for karma yoga?
He should be well versed with the scriptures.
No, he can be guided by somebody who is well versed. Adharma should be given up. Adharma should be given up. And to come to the jnana yoga,
They are not, but we are.
Dharma also has to be given. Means Varnashrama has to be almost given up, and then like only thing that is acceptable is sannyas. And even for yoga, so like one has to give up again adharma and varnashrama dharma, so then only he can enter into yoga. So, but for bhakti, like this one is like one is not needed to be purified, in these kind of methodologies, like for taking up jnana, one has to perform karma for many lifetimes, and then he has to purify himself. He has to get rid of the desire for sense gratification. That is when he'll be able to enter into jnana yoga. So, but then for bhakti, that kind of these ones are not there. So, bhakti means what is spoken as bhakti is 24/7 devotional service, not like 3-4 hours devotional service. 24/7 devotional service if somebody wants to do. So then no need of any qualification, no need of any prerequisites, because the bhakti itself will produce whatever necessary qualifications are needed. So it is very clear in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam that or in the writings of our acharyas, bhakti means 24/7. Right, so that is called bhakti. So, in fact, I shared in our Bhakti Shastri class also that this one, when I was initially like coming to ISKCON, so that time means when I joined the temple also. So one of my Varadha Krishna Prabhu's friend, this Guwahati temple president, he had come and he asked like, how many devotees you have? So I told like we are 300 congregation. So that time, I'm not asking about congregation. Tell how many devotees you have. So then he meant like devotees means one who's like full-time engaged in devotional service, he is devotee. So that was the idea before. Now gradually it has been diluted. Now it is like even one round who performs is devotee. Yeah, according to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's description, it is also devotee. So but then so there is a difference between that devotee and this devotee. So like here, what Vyasadeva is being dissatisfied is about not describing about glories of bhakti. Glories of bhakti, 24/7 glories of bhakti. That thing he has not glorified. So that is why he is feeling dejected. And when Narada Muni came, so he is mentioning about that particular point, specifically about that. Otherwise, like whole of Vedic literatures is middle, starting, middle and end. Everywhere it is only glories of Hari is being sung. So that is also, it is mentioned. So in this way, we see that this literature, which exclusively describes about the transcendental glories of name, fame, form and pastimes of the Lord, so unlimited Supreme Lord, it's a different creation altogether. It is not any of the material creation. So the name, fame, form and pastimes of the Lord are glorified even in the other Vedic literatures, but they are glorified because they are supposed to give the results of karma, results of jnana, results of yoga. And for that sake, they have been planted over there. And so it is this, when it is like exclusively glorified, so this is a complete different creation. It is not about the karma yoga, the bhakti part of karma yoga. So it is not about that one. And it is full of words directed towards bringing about revolution in the impious lives of world's misdirected civilization. So it is amazing poetic composition of Srila Prabhupada, one of the poetic best, this translation that Srila Prabhupada actually makes. So it is full of transcendental words, and it directed toward bring about revolution in the impious lives of world's misdirected civilization. And this is what is necessary to change the face of the world in Kali Yuga. So Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga and all these things will not work because the prerequisites, it is quite steep prerequisites are there, and it is quite difficult. And even to join full time and render devotional service whole day, that is also quite difficult. But then somebody can, out of passion, he can join. Still it is possible. It is possible only because of his decision he can jump inside. But in Karma Yoga, even with your decision, you cannot jump inside. It is so difficult. So it is in this way, like, it is going to create a revolution in the impious lives of world's misdirected civilization. And Srila Prabhupada literally, created this revolution, and he displayed. So people with no samskar, and in the past lives, and people with very, very bad samskar in the present life also. And you cannot imagine, like, those people were, at least, in Kali Yuga products of Bangalore, they are not roaming naked in the street, but the samples that Srila Prabhupada got, they were roaming naked in the streets, and so they're such kind of this one, like anybody in the future would come and say that maybe this is not practical, the situation is very degraded. So that is why the Lord created such a degraded situation, and Prabhupada picked up samples from there and he made them into topmost devotees. So this is the glory of Srila Prabhupada, that he could convince people that they should take up Krishna consciousness like full time, and they perform Krishna consciousness so wonderfully, so that they produced amazing results. So such transcendental literature, even though imperfectly composed, are heard, sung and accepted by purified men who are thoroughly honest. So this is like very, very great information. And Srila Prabhupada very humbly presents himself in the purport. We will see that like even if it is not composed properly, like if there is grammatical mistake or some other this ones and all, but still it will be accepted by purified men who are thoroughly honest. So, but what kind of imperfections are allowed?
Grammatical mistake.
So not philosophical mistake. Prabhupada is very clear about his philosophy. He is very clear that I have presented it as it is. There is no question of any fault in presenting the Parampara message. It may be, like Prabhupada will say, like, I am presenting it in a foreign language, so it may fail. So because of that reason. But the philosophy, the content is very solid. Prabhupada is not doubting about the content. Okay, purport. It is a qualification of the great thinkers to pick up the best even from the worst. It is said that the intelligent man should pick up nectar from a stalk of poison, should accept gold even from a filthy place, should accept a good and qualified wife even from an obscure family, and should accept a good lesson even from a man or from a teacher who comes from untouchables. So like these are some of the ethical instructions for everyone in every place without exception. But a saint is far above the level of ordinary man. He is always absorbed in glorifying the Supreme Lord because by broadcasting the holy name and fame of the Supreme Lord, the polluted atmosphere of the world will change, and as a result of propagating the transcendental literatures like Srimad Bhagavatam, people will become sane in their transactions. So this is like very nice principle that is mentioned. Some of the basic principles is that even in the material level, if there is something good, so like which is present in some filthy place, so it should be accepted. So then what to speak about, this is the instruction for the common man. He should accept something good from even something worst kind of this one. So now what about transcendental personalities? So transcendental personalities are even more, they are looking for Krishna in any place. They are looking for Krishna, and if they can find Krishna in any place, they would accept it. So in that way, like Prabhupada is just presenting his scenario that I may be faulty in my presentation in the language and things like that, but then the sincere people who are sincerely seeking after God consciousness, so they should actually accept this message of Srimad Bhagavatam, right? So while preparing this commentary on this particular stanza of Srimad Bhagavatam, we have a crisis before us. Our neighboring friend China has attacked the border of India with a militaristic spirit. So we have practically no business in the political field, yet we see that previously there were both China and India, and they both lived peacefully for centuries without ill feeling. The reason is that they lived those days in atmosphere of God consciousness, and every country over the surface of the world was God-fearing, pure-hearted and simple, and there was no question of political diplomacy. There is no cause of quarrel between two countries, China and India, over land which is not very suitable for habitation. So the area that they are fighting for, it's like it's fully frozen with ice and things like that. And certainly there is no cause for fighting on this issue. But due to the age of quarrel, Kali, which we have discussed, there is always a chance for quarrel on slight provocation. This is due not to the issue in question, but due to the polluted atmosphere of this age. Systematically, there is a propaganda by a section of people to stop the glorification of the name and fame of the Supreme Lord. So this is like very, very important lesson that Srila Prabhupada is bringing about. So here he is telling that many countries, like especially this one of India and China is mentioning, that they were living friendly, in a friendly way, like for ages and ages together, without any ill feeling. And now there is like fight, with a militaristic spirit. So now, Prabhupada is bringing about a very wonderful point. We have no business in the political field. Now, why does Prabhupada say this thing? We have no business in political field. Why is he bringing about this issue and then he is telling we have no business in political field?
So that people will not comment that he's taking some side in political matter.
Okay. Just fearing public opinion.
Once the society comes and the politics, then the diplomacy starts.
No. So like, why is Prabhupada saying he doesn't have any role to play in the politics?
Because politics is material subject matter.
Yeah.
We are dealing with transcendental.
Yeah, so politics is material subject matter, and so for a transcendentalist, especially like for a person who is engaged 24/7 in Krishna conscious activities, so he should not be engaged or he should not have sides on the political matter, and he should not even bother about what does the political situation looks like, right? So whether like Rama is ruling or Ravana is ruling, it doesn't matter. He should continue to execute his devotional service 24/7. But it is a matter of concern for those devotees who are not like taking part full time in Krishna consciousness. So like amongst them there may be like Kshatriyas, Brahmanas, Vaishyas and Shudras, like all these personalities may be there, and the Kshatriya class of devotees, they should take up this one, and they should have a problem with this, and they should fight against this and things like that, but not the full-time devotees who are engaged full-time in the business of Krishna consciousness. So it is Srila Prabhupada is representing this this section, and also like it is not fearing public opinion he is mentioning. He is very, very clear about his duty, what is he supposed to do, and he is not stepping out of it. So but as a transcendentalist, he is also speaking about the this quarrel, So why is he speaking about this quarrel? His inference or his point of view is that this is all happening because of lack of God consciousness, and we should re-establish this God consciousness back again. And he is citing the history, that in the history, all these people were in the past, all these people were living peacefully, because there was God consciousness, and now it is not happening because there is lack of God consciousness. So there is a section of people who has to work on the principle of spreading the God consciousness. And which is the section of people who should work on this principle? Who should spread God consciousness? One who has got God consciousness. One who's at least so the product, one who has the product, he will distribute. So the Brahmanas definitely, and also the Vaishnavas, especially everybody is expected to be Vaishnavas, and amongst that, specifically if we mention Vaishnavas, one who's engaged in, full-time engaged in the devotional service. So for them, it is all the more very important. So they are the ones who are supposed to display the product, everybody is talking about the product, you have to become God conscious, but the responsibility of the full-time devotees is the responsibility of to practice and to exhibit what it means to be God consciousness, and they should also propagate. They should also distribute this God consciousness to everybody. So this is a very important this one. And then the next level is, so in the Varnashrama, so the Brahmanas are also very, very important. So they also are expected to be in quite a good level of God consciousness, and they are also having the responsibility of distributing the God consciousness. So the Brahmanas may also do certain other aspects, they may support the social structure, they may guide the Kshatriyas, saying, okay, you should take this kind of a move, that kind of a move, and things like that. So which a Vaishnava who's fully engaged in Krishna consciousness, he should not do. He should not get into such level of guidance and stuffs like that. And we see that the Brahmanas also support the this one. So one class of Brahmana may be an astrologer, and he may support the Vaishya, to say when to put the this one, when to start the agriculture and things like that, when the rains will come and stuffs like that. So he can predict those kind of things. So the Brahmanas are God conscious people, but also they support the the society, whatever functions they need to do, so they support that. But then the people who have given up all these things, and they have taken up to they have given up Varnashram and then taken up to full Krishna consciousness, so they should not step away from their duty. They should only glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead, His name, fame, pastimes and glories, and they should spread God consciousness. They should be situated in that. And in the lack of the qualified Brahmanas and other, this ones, sometimes they may also come and give certain this ones, but they should be very careful to wind up their this one very quickly, that they don't get entangled into the cycle of this karma kanda activities, right? So it is very essential for them. So because they have given up, only license for giving up varnashrama duties is that they are supposed to engage in exclusive devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If the exclusive devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not there, so then they'll be liable to be punished for giving up the Varnashrama duties. So Varnashrama duties are very, very strict and very mandatory for a person to be in, for a person not to see hell. If he is giving up, then he should take up some higher prescription, that is exclusive devotional service. Otherwise, prematurely if he gives up, so then he has to face the sin of giving up the varnashrama. So then, so there is no cause of quarrel between the two countries, China and India, over the land which is not very suitable for habitation, and the cause is basically the lack of God consciousness, right? And also in the one thing that Srila Prabhupada highlights in the preface also is that the quarrels happen even over slight provocation. It's not even a big subject, just a very slight provocation. So and then the quarrel starts. So this is the nature of Kali Yuga, and this is due not to the issue in the question, but due to the polluted atmosphere of this age. And there is a systematic propaganda by a section of people to stop the glorification of name and fame of the Supreme Lord, right? So they may cite so many different things. Your what is it? Your scriptures talk about. They don't give value for the things, principles that we hold in high esteem. So one of the principles that they hold in high esteem is that all human beings are equal. So what we are speaking about, so male and female, everybody are equal and things like that. So why? Because they want to exploit, and their exploitation is coming to fruit at this point in time. So they are successful in getting the legal sanction that without marriage also man and women can stay together and have relationship and things like that. Now it has brought to, this situation has brought to very, very critical situation actually. If a woman goes and complains, 10 years back this guy had misbehaved with me, no, he can be put into jail, no. So like that is a kind of condition, and the man doesn't have such kind of a privilege and stuff like that. But then, if willingly, if they enter into a relationship, it is okay. So if you willingly enter into a relationship, which is not in marriage and things like that, and then women goes and says like, no, I have issue with this guy, like, no, he'll be behind the bars, no, that's all. So this is the kind of situation that is there in the the modern age at this point in time. So it is very, very essential that the boys, they should not get into any relationships like this, allured by some like sense gratification and things like that. So their life will be ruined completely, they'll be spoiled. So and we see that like they have problem with glorification of the Supreme Lord, but they will raise these kind of issues, so like Srimad Bhagavatam or the Vedic literatures, it talks about one section of human beings to be like higher and another section to be lower, and they have to be subjugated and being under the control and things like that. So this is all not very good, and then sometimes devotees also get fear with these things. Oh, we should not speak about these subjects, and we should make all these things lighter and things like that, and it becomes watering down our philosophy. And Prabhupada is not expecting that everybody will appreciate it. No, what is he expecting? Such transcendental literatures, even though imperfectly composed, are heard, sung and accepted by purified men who are thoroughly honest. No, we are expecting this. The saner section of the people, saner section of the society, will accept this particular, this one message. So then, what about others? What about the other section of the people? So even though they don't accept, we will speak that. Eventually they'll accept. So they'll become purified over a period of time by accepting prasadam, by hearing the holy name, and by hearing the pure message of Srimad Bhagavatam. But at any cost, we are not supposed to dilute the message of Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? So, okay, it is duty of every responsible Indian. Okay, so like before that it's mentioned, therefore there is a great need for disseminating the message of Srimad Bhagavatam all over the world. It is the duty of every responsible Indian to broadcast the transcendental message of Srimad Bhagavatam throughout the world, to do all the supermost good, as well as to bring about the desired peace in the world. Right? So this is like a very important call that Srila Prabhupada is giving to all of us, that we should disseminate this message of Srimad Bhagavatam to all over the world. So there is multiple levels of service that is needed. So like Nikhil Prabhu added us to one of the group, like Har Ghar Bhagavatam, like that. They're like Khatarnak people actually. Every day they're distributing Srimad Bhagavatam. So nice actually, very, very nice. So we should see like whoever is capable, not capable, like everybody should try your best to distribute Srimad Bhagavatam, distribute Srila Prabhupada's books every single day. This is, it's a double-edged sword actually. Distributing Srila Prabhupada's books is a double-edged sword. So one is that, by doing that, you are performing the greatest sadhana, of Sankirtan, Ragamarga sadhana, and the people out in the world, they are getting benefited, by hearing the pure message of Srimad Bhagavatam. So in this way, it is a very, very all good, it is super good actually. Distribution of Srimad Bhagavatam cannot create any bad to anybody. On the other hand, it will create all good for everybody. Right? So it is really, really very important and amazing that we should take up this task of distributing Srila Prabhupada's books very nicely. And we also see that books are distributed, but then it is not read for many times. So then it is also very essential that devotees should approach people, and we should also invite people to come and take part in the satsang program and take part in the different programs that we have, festivals that we have, and there we should confront them, and we should talk with them and convince them about the message of Srimad Bhagavatam, and then make them read the books. Our preaching will be successful if we make people read Srila Prabhupada's books. That is the success of our preaching. So then we see that here Srila Prabhupada is mentioning something very important. because India has failed in her duty by neglecting this responsible work, there is so much quarrel and trouble all over the world. So Indians going behind making money, going behind becoming rich and things like that, that's the cause of the whole world ruination. The whole world is getting into trouble because the Indians are behind the sense gratification, because nobody else have the right kind of samskar. Nobody else have the right kind of foundation to take up Krishna consciousness so seriously and to propagate this Krishna consciousness. If at all something has to happen, so it has to happen in India, and then it can be propagated throughout the world. If Indians, if they take up Krishna consciousness very seriously and Tivra Bhakti if they perform, so then naturally it will spread like wildfire everywhere. So now, Srila Prabhupada, when he went, that time also situation was bad. And now also like people are telling in the West preaching is very difficult and things like that. So why it is difficult? Because the devotees themselves are not like doing Sankirtan throughout the day. Like if somebody can do Sankirtan throughout the day, and if they can follow what Srila Prabhupada had told, so then naturally they'll be able to produce the same effect. So of course we may not be able to imitate Srila Prabhupada, but like to a great effect, it can be produced. So everywhere people are looking for something very nice, something very tangible, something relishable and pleasurable and things like that. The whole world, nobody can go against this Vedanta Sutra, that Anandamaya Abhyasat. Everybody is looking for happiness. And if anybody can demonstrate that what is true transcendental happiness, why will people not follow? And during Srila Prabhupada's time also it is the same case. Burijan Prabhu very nicely puts that it was like a bubble around Srila Prabhupada. Anytime anybody would come close to Srila Prabhupada, so they would feel, especially when Sankirtan was happening and things like that, so they would feel that it is simply amazing bliss that is there in this environment. And literally like drunkards, they have bottle in the hand, and then they think that, okay, this is more intoxicating, this Kirtan is more intoxicating, why should we drink this? So they should throw out and then come and join. No FOE, no follow-up. No level 1, level 2, nothing, like Sida. So because they could demonstrate, Srila Prabhupada could demonstrate the quality of happiness, quality of spiritual happiness, right? So everybody is looking for this only. Everybody is looking for this, whatever you are talking about, like, at least thoda to dikha do. So hum log full time aa jayenge, like, thoda to dikha do. They are like hankering for this only, that, some transcendental experience, right? So if we can, purely repeat the message of Srimad Bhagavatam, purely, chant the names of Hare Krishna, then we'll be able to produce this kind of an effect, and people will, naturally be attracted. So we may not be able to produce the effect like Srila Prabhupada, but at least like, level 2, level 3 ke baad mein, like, thoda bahut kar sakte hain actually. So in that way, we can try to do something. So, but it is very important that even grahasthas, even devotees like who are working outside, so they should not become materialistic like the ordinary people around. So like they should try to see that our life is meant for perfection of Krishna consciousness, and we should devote our valuable time in studying Srimad Bhagavatam, chanting, and also propagating this message, right? So here Srila Prabhupada is telling, we are confident that if the transcendental message of Srimad Bhagavatam is received only by the leading men of the world, certainly there will be change of heart, and naturally people in general will follow them. The mass of people in general are tools in the hands of modern politicians and leaders of the people. If there is a change of heart of the leaders only, certainly there will be a radical change in the atmosphere of the world. So Srila Prabhupada would try for this everywhere, anywhere, he goes to any country, like he would meet the topmost person over there, and he would, the discussion is that there will be so many discussions, but Srila Prabhupada is like very, very clear. The lack of the problems in your country is because there is no Sankirtan. And you should you should allow us to perform Sankirtan everywhere. And you should finance that, you should do everything for this, and this is what is my message. What do you have to say? It's clear, like, Prabhupada is like, to the point. If he's not accepting, it's okay. If he's accepting, it is great, good. What's the point of, what is that, negotiating for some watered down principle or something like that. No, clear, the message is very clear. No, I want to do Sankirtan and that will be good for you also. No, will you support me or not? Not support, then no, I will not waste your time, you will not waste my time. So let's go. So it is, Prabhupada is very clear about this thing, right? And so here, if there is change in the heart of leaders only, certainly there will be a radical change in the atmosphere of the world. So we know that our honest attempt to present this great literature, conveying transcendental message for reviving the God consciousness of people in general, and re-spiritualizing the world's atmosphere is fraught with many difficulties. But our presenting this matter in adequate language, especially a foreign language, will certainly fail. And there will be so many literary discrepancies despite our honest attempt to present it in a proper way. So Prabhupada is clearly saying it's only literary discrepancies, so not the problem with the philosophy. So if there is a problem with the philosophy, then it is a problem. Then it is a real serious problem. Srila Prabhupada is always very careful. Even if a person is not very well trained, he knows only this much: Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, you should surrender to Krishna and things like that. He would say no, you are a nice preacher, you go and preach. But if somebody can give eloquent speech, but he cannot speak that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, so then there is no point in such a kind of a preaching, right? So but we are sure that with all our faults in this connection, the seriousness of the subject matter will be taken into consideration, and the leaders of society will still accept this due to its being an honest attempt to glorify the Almighty God. When there is fire in a house, the inmates of the house go out to get help from the neighbors who may be foreigners, and yet without knowing the language, the victims of the fire express themselves, and the neighbors understand the need, even though not expressed in the same language. The same spirit of cooperation is needed to broadcast this transcendental message of Srimad Bhagavatam throughout the polluted atmosphere of the world. After all, it is technical science of spiritual values, and thus we are concerned with this technique and not with the language. If the technique of this great literature are understood by people of the world, there will be success. So now, who can give one's own opinion about the transcendental subject? Acharya, like any other definition. Acharya is the right word. Yeah, so like one who is Tattvavit. Tattvavit means what? Tattvadarshi means seers of truth. Tattvavit means knowers of truth. So truth means, absolute truth means the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Brahman, Paramatma or Bhagavan. So one who has literally got the realization of Brahman, Paramatma or Bhagavan. So he has he can possibly describe what is the truth, because he has seen the truth. He can possibly describe what is the truth. So but anyone else, he should just simply repeat the words of a Tattvavit. He should simply repeat the words of a transcendental personality who has got the direct connection with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? So that is why it is very, very essential to repeat the message of Srimad Bhagavatam as presented by the Acharyas in the line. So we should not concoct our own thing. We should wait till we become Tattvavit, and after that maybe you can give your comment. So then people will become benefited, you will also become benefited, and people also become benefited. Before that, if you give your own comment, what will happen? The person who hears, he will also fall, you will also fall. किसी का कुछ कल्याण नहीं है. Because it becomes a material sound vibration. The spiritual sound vibration means that which exactly represents the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And here Srila Prabhupada is mentioning, it is a technique. It is a technical subject. It is a science book. It is not a book of poetry or something like that. It is a technique, and it is this technique, if it is understood and if they do it, so then it is going to create so much of benefit for people. The technique is Kirtanaya Sadahari. No? So Shrunvatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shavana Kirtana Hridayantastohi Abhadrani Vidunoti Surutsatam. And then, like once, he is thoroughly engaged in this process, then gradually, like all the anarthas go, then gradually all the modes of nature, subsides, and then gradually he is situated in the pure mode of goodness, and then, his realization about the absolute truth, everything starts. So, but everything starts from hearing the holy name clearly, or hearing Bhagavatam clearly, right? So, like most of us, even after many years, have not started the technique. So when we will start, when we will finish, we don't know. So, but at least we should see that, we should understand the technique. That is, the Shravanam is very, very essential. So if we don't hear the holy name of the Lord clearly, then we are not going to make any progress. If we don't hear the Srimad Bhagavatam clearly, we are not going to make any progress. No? Especially these two are very, very important tools, holy name and Srimad Bhagavatam. Why these two are very important? Yeah, many things are there, no? Deity worship is there, and many services are there.
Devotional service begins with hearing.
Okay.
They require qualification, but here no qualifications.
Anything else in relation to Kali Yuga?
Requirement is
Chanting the holy names of Yoga.
Chanting the holy names of the Lord? Yuga Dharma. And why Srimad Bhagavatam?
He is the Lord himself.
Everywhere, even deity is also Lord himself. Why we are putting Srimad Bhagavatam even more important than the deity worship?
Sufficient glorification.
It is the literal
Because
incarnation of the Lord. When Krishna
So here also incarnation of God only is there in the altar. Archa avatar. Kalau nashta? Kalau nashta? Drishamesha Puranarko Adunoditaha. No, one of the questions in Kali Yuga, how will people, after Krishna left the planet, how will people get the audience of Krishna, and where will Dharma take shelter in Kali Yuga? Right? It's a very important question, and the answer is Kalau Nashya Drishamesha Puranarko Adunoditaha. So just to give the in Kali Yuga, Nashta Drisham, like people all have become blind because of adharma, like profuse distribution of adharma. And for people to have vision in this Kali Yuga, only way is Srimad Bhagavatam. So because in Kali Yuga, the Yuga Dharma is chanting of the holy names of the Lord, and specifically Srimad Bhagavatam is also prescribed for the age of Kali. That's why we keep these two things as a very, very important thing, the holy name and Srimad Bhagavatam. So that is why these two things are very important for devotees. Based on so we should have Shastra Praman. If you are doing something, we should have Shastra Praman. And our life is very short. In Kali Yuga, life is very short. We have to invest time on the right principles, and consistent time, so then we will be able to see the result. Otherwise, ABTK, OBTK and things like that, we keep doing so many things, so it will not work. So if you see the Acharya also, he has given. So deity worship is one of the Panchanga Bhakti. It is also very, very powerful. But even when deity worship happens, what should happen? Nam Sankirtan should happen. Because Nam Sankirtan is is a very, very important principle. So the Acharyas have very carefully designed all the programs. So Nam Sankirtan, when chanting is happening, nothing else should happen. When Srimad Bhagavatam is happening, nothing else should happen. When deity worship is happening, that time Kirtan can happen. So when other services are happening, Kirtan can happen. But when this is happening, nothing else should happen. That's very, very important. So that is why I was not allowing people to do your arati and things like that while Bhagavatam class or while chanting is going on. That is very, very important anga. That's more important anga, right, than the deity worship. We need to know where exactly we need to put our focus, and what is the importance the acharyas have given for which anga of bhakti and how it is to be performed. When it is wrongly performed, then we don't we may 4-5 aarti ghumayenge, but effect of that is what is that effect? We have to make tangible advancement in Krishna consciousness. That is very much essential. So there is a time that is allotted for that. We should do that, and definitely it is purifying, and it is also Panchanga Bhakti is also very, very powerful Bhakti. It is not ordinary. Deity worship is also not ordinary. So they are also very powerful, and even more powerful is no, Srimad Bhagavatam and the holy name. And we should give, no, like as it behooves, no, that kind of respect we should give to these sanghas of bhakti. And okay, so this is a technique, and it is, no, we need to see that, like we are, no, not doing things out of sentiment, like not out of, no, like some kind of feeling and things like that. So we need to follow the technique very carefully. So like two important things that we discussed in the technique is like careful attention in chanting the holy names of the Lord and careful oral reception of Srimad Bhagavatam. So when we do these things, automatically, no, the further steps will unlock. No, you need to do only these two things. No, everything else will unlock automatically. No, so like your reduction of sinful tendencies, reduction of influence of material modes of nature, and then realization of the Supreme Lord progressively. All these things will happen. No, like only one thing that we need to do is, so we need to do these basic aspects, avoiding of offenses, and then having the mood of humility and applying the principles of Sharanagati in the process of performing chanting and studying Srimad Bhagavatam. So when we do this thing, it is like driving a car. In driving a car, you need to do only few things. You need to handle your what is that? Steering and okay, if you take a two-wheeler, you need to handle only brake and accelerator and little bit thoda handle gumane. That's all. And kilometers will pass by. You will keep crossing different milestones, and you will achieve your goal also. You will reach the destination also. But you need to do only this much. You need to just be careful, not go off track. And you need to handle your, this handlebar steering, and then brake and accelerator, if you know how to do. So then you are going to go to the destination, right? So that is the important thing. So this technique we need to understand, how to actually do this thing. And when there are too many materialistic activities by people in general all over the world, there is no wonder that a person or a nation attacks another person or nation on slight provocation. This is the rule of this age of Kali or quarrel. So now, externally, if we try to control these things, now how can you control these kind of quarrels? Okay, like between nations is difficult. Within this one, say like some other religious sect is attacking our this one, like the Sanatan Dharma or something like that. So what we can do externally, what we can do?
Finding common points and sticking with that.
That is one thing. Another is like externally, if Kshatriya is there, like he will fight and put them in control. And if they are more powerful, if they are more powerful, then Lord's technique, that is there, like he told to Indra, in the Samudra Manthanka technique, So like when the opponent is very powerful, you should not fight. You should say like, आप सब सही है, हम लोग थोड़ा सा माला घुमा रहे हैं, छोड़ दीजिए हमको. like दो चार और लोगों को माला घुमाएंगे. आप ज़्यादा चिंता मत कीजिए उसके बारे में. And लो जुड़ गया. So then like Chanakya, they should produce one Kshatriya, and Kshatriya should go and fight. The Brahmana should not fight. So he should, Brahmana should create Kshatriya. He should not take up the job of a Kshatriya. Right? So he should do all these things. So but then it is very essential, very, very essential. The core aspect is that lack of Krishna consciousness, and that must be taken up very seriously. There are many institutions, many organizations working on different principles of this one. So but then we also have our own role. There are organizations who are working on the governmental level. There are organizations who are working on the developing manpower, like making them strong, so that like if there is a fight outbreak and things like that, we can also go and fight. So it is also nice. So but the thing is, as devotees, as people who understand Srimad Bhagavatam, our primary thing is, the primary reason why all these things is happening is because of lack of God consciousness, and we should work on our responsibility, to create God consciousness in the society. Right? So the atmosphere is already polluted with corruption of all description, and everyone knows it well. There are so many unwanted literatures full of materialistic idea of sense gratification. In many countries, there are bodies appointed by the state to detect and censor obscene literatures. This means that neither the government nor the responsible leaders of the public want such literature. Yet it is in the marketplace because the people want it for sense gratification. And so now also like this particular thing, I don't know if government really doesn't want it, but this one co-live stuffs and all have started, no? So like it has become a legal thing, no? Man and women can legally stay without marriage, no? So that's the situation in this one. That means like legally everybody are going to hell, no? Like so it is like the government's primary job, no, is to see that like if they would, the Vedic governments, sometimes they may not be capable of making people advance towards, God consciousness or get liberation. But at least they would do minimum to minimum. They would see that people are not going to hell. People are following dharma, and people are, at least they will remain. So कोई साधु आके preach करेंगे तो like आगे बढ़ सकता है. नीचे नहीं जाना चाहिए. उतना तो maintain करेंगे. So but the current government is like, it's very pathetic situation in Kali Yuga, and there is no point in criticizing them because there is lack of God consciousness. The devotees, it is the problem of devotees that they have not promoted Krishna consciousness. They have not distributed sufficient books and sufficient Srimad Bhagavatams to everybody. That is why people are under the control of three modes of nature, and they are doing all this kind of nonsensical things. So if people become educated in God consciousness, automatically all these things will subside, right? So the people in general want to read, that is natural instinct, but want to read these kind of bad things. But because their minds are polluted, they want such literatures. Under the circumstances, transcendental literatures like Srimad Bhagavatam will not only diminish the activities of corrupt mind of the people in general, but also it will supply food for their hankering after reading some interesting literature. In the beginning, they may not like it because one suffering from jaundice is reluctant to take sugar candy. But we should know that sugar candy is the only remedy for jaundice. Similarly, let there be systematic propaganda for popularizing the reading of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, which will act like sugar candy for the jaundice-like condition of sense gratification. When man have a taste for this literature, these other literatures which are catering poison to society will then automatically cease. We are sure, therefore, that everyone in human society will welcome Srimad Bhagavatam, even though it is now presented with so many faults, for it is recommended by Sri Narada, who has very kindly appeared in this chapter. So now we see Srila Prabhupada's this one conviction that this Srimad Bhagavatam, this message of Krishna consciousness is just like the sugar candy, when it is presented as it is, and systematic propaganda of this. And if people can, even whether we like it or not, we should give careful oral reception to the holy name and Srimad Bhagavatam. And if it is done repeatedly, so then it will produce the desired effect. So yesterday I was asking in one class that in the morning also I was sharing that we are not able to focus attentively and things like that. So one boy was telling that it is because of we have contaminated senses and sinful body and things like that. So but then even though all these things are there, but if we do careful oral reception of the sound vibration, then it will create so much of revolution, it will create so much of purification in the heart. So that is one thing that is very essential. Avoid offenses and then give attention. These two things are there, so then it will make tremendous effect actually. And another thing we see that Prabhupada is telling that it is recommended by Sri Narad Muni, and he has very kindly appeared in this chapter. So he is telling as if somebody has physically come. So actually it is these literatures, we are actually getting the audience of these transcendental personalities, because Srila Prabhupada is an acharya in the parampara who has presented things as it is. So when we come in contact with such a transcendental sound vibration, we will be able to come in contact with these transcendental personalities. Prabhupada is not just giving his own association, he is opening up doors to associate with so many transcendental personalities, which is possible only by the grace of such an acharya. Right? So with this I pause the discussion. Any questions, comments we can take. Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for a wonderful class. Prabhuji, my question is that you spoke about presenting philosophy as it is. So, sometimes to give Bhagavad Gita or something like that. So, I met with a Kerala person 2 days before. He was atheist. He won't believe in God. He said that I don't want to be like you. Who is? Then I said by reading Bhagavad Gita, I will also become like you only. So I don't want to be like that. I said no, you won't become like that. So rather, it will improve your lifestyle. It is a life manual. So it is religious book. I bought it to the one which he can take and then made it very simpler. He said why you are wearing Fatimala. It brings positiveness in your life. We are presenting not as it is. Does it?
See, it should not be a wrong thing that we are presenting. So it is like the Bhagavad Gita also talks about Karma Yoga, So Karma Yoga, talks about how a person can what is that? Do things nicely in this world. And also there is one more nice shloka that is there. Akama sarva kama moksha kama udaradi tivrena bhakti yogena jeta purusham param. And then we have example of Durva. He wanted a great kingdom. And then he followed these principles and he got a great kingdom. So whatever he wanted, So this is a appropriate glorification of bhakti. Bhakti can give the result of karma, jnana and yoga. Bhakti can give material benefits. Bhakti can give liberation. Bhakti can give, this one, what is that? Prema to the Supreme Lord. So, but one thing that we may not tell is that after that you will lose interest in material life. That we will not tell. But this much we can tell. Because Srimad Bhagavatam itself mentions Akama sarva kamo moksha kama udaradi tivrena bhakti yogena jeta purusham param. So this is in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam it is mentioned that whether you have material desire, you have desire for liberation, you have desire to attain the Supreme Lord, but in any case, if you are a large-hearted person, you will take this book, Udaradi. If you are a large-hearted person, you will take this book. If you are a small-minded person, you will not take. That's what is mentioned in this book, and many people have taken and they have got benefited. So, in the merit of this one, if you read this one, Vaisheshika Prabhu's that our family business, so there Vaisheshika Prabhu talks about this. And he tells so many techniques, right from the Srimad Bhagavatam, right from the pages of these literatures itself, you have many nice arguments to give. You don't need to create your own argument. So, you can do this kind of this ones. Thanks. Any other question? Yes, ma'am.
In the purport, the word honest is mentioned. So what exactly honest here mean in this context?
Yeah, honest means one who's sincerely looking for perfection in his life. He's sincerely looking that he is not, what is that? Sometimes people actually falsely put themselves in a particular scenario. So I just telling one example. So I had come across one devotee, and he was in fact he was a brahmachari before, and he told that I want to get married because I want to take care of my parents. My parents are far away. And then after marriage, what did he do? He brought the wife and he was living back in the place where he was there. And then I told you told you want to help your parents and that's why you are getting married. And then now both of you are away again from parents. For this you could have been a brahmachari itself. No. So basically the point is that he wanted to get married and for that he got some other reason. It is not a honest, this one. Honesty means what? Honesty means I want to be like this and I want to, a person who is honestly looking for advancement in Krishna consciousness. So he will not give any other reasons. When he reads Srimad Bhagavatam, he will find, okay, this is the book which is going to help me to go towards perfection. If a person is like this cheating himself, no? Like, yeah, I want to attain perfection, but then no, ये सब नहीं होता है and things like that and all. So then he will not be able to take no this one. So that means these people are just talking about perfection only for namesake, no, but internally they don't want to attain perfection. So if somebody is like sincerely looking for perfection, then no, he will be in ecstasy reading Srimad Bhagavatam, because it is page after page, no, it is actually directing him towards the perfection. So it requires a level of honesty, no, to study the book, and then in the first chapter itself, that nirmatsaranam satam, non-envious, and they don't have any ulterior motive, so like in performing this process of Krishna consciousness, if there is no ulterior motive, they will make advancement. If they have any other motive other than attaining the perfection, so then they will not be interested, first of all. And even if they take up Krishna consciousness, like if they don't change their nature of diplomatic or having ulterior motives and things like that, so then they will not make advancement, and they'll not relish the Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, like you told that a person who is passionate can enter into bhakti maybe 24 hours, but he cannot enter into karma yoga. And but it is also said that those who chant even one holy name, they have done a lot of pious activities in their previous life.
One holy name, one what holy name?
It is even said that impure, even
one pure holy name. One pure holy name. That is this one. Otherwise, if we see in in Karma Yoga also, one is supposed to chant the names of the Lord. That's basic principle. Like in Karma Yoga will not produce its results if you don't do maybe not 16 rounds, at least few rounds of Hare Krishna mantra. If you don't chant, so like you will not be able to produce the effect of Karma Yoga. Okay. So this glorification is all about like a person who come to the point of chanting the Shuddha Nam. So that is very, very rare. That is very rare. So even otherwise it is glorified that if somebody takes the name of the Lord, it is always glorious. But then that thing which is told that it is beyond the Vedic sacrifices and things like that and all. So in the Vedic sacrifices, if you are chanting the mantra, in that also there is so much of holy names are there. Om Achyutaya Namah, Om Keshavaya Namah, and things like that. So that means there only he has become much beyond the Vedic sacrifice. So then, what's the point of this one? So it is about coming to the point of pure devotional service, like one who is taking the names of the Lord with complete shelter, complete shelter, with no shelter from karma, jnana and yoga, So if he is exclusively taking shelter of bhakti, that kind of shelter, even one moment also if he does, so then it is so glorious. And it is not possible just like that to perform one moment. It is the glorification that comes like that. But then it is not by inky pinky punky, like you cannot take shelter of the holy name suddenly, like fully, So at one moment and then next moment you are back in this one. It is not possible like that. So it is very, very difficult. Very difficult actually. So that is why this practice of Krishna consciousness is given. So one who practices Krishna consciousness 24 hours a day, he can possibly come to that stage, by sadhana, like he can possibly come to that stage with great effect in one lifetime or in few lifetimes. But then if somebody is not doing that, like somebody is only spending a little bit of time in the angas of bhakti, so then he will take many lifetimes. It's technically called karma yoga. So if you are just spending some like 3-4 hours or 4-5 hours in bhakti, that is technically called karma yoga. Now karma yoga also, you have to do the duties of bhakti, you have to do duties of jnana, and you have to take care of your family and things like that. So that's technically called karma yoga, or minimized bhakti in another way. So that kind of bhakti will produce the result of perfection after many, many lifetimes. Right, so then there is no question of they becoming like above the Vedic sacrifices and things like that. Right, so they cannot offer such intense purification. So intense purification means non-stop bhakti. So like no, whenever I talk about this, like, no, devotees tell that our acharyas told that, no, you stay at home, you no, stay in the this one ashram, whatever there. No, but then the actual phrase is grihe tako, bane tako, sada hari bole tako. That is very important. No, घर पे बैठ के ऑफिस का काम नहीं करना है, हरे कृष्णा करना है. So आप घर पे बैठो, like आश्रम में बैठो, आपको एक ही काम है, like no, 24/7 नाम करना है. So then you are above all the things, no. But then no, कुछ और करेंगे तो like no, उसके हिसाब से no परिणाम मिलेगा, है ना. So like no, devotees want the best of the both the worlds. I will do 16 rounds with sleeping with great difficulty and things like that, and I am above all the Vedic sacrifices, and I don't need to no horoscope देखने की जरूरत नहीं है, no कुछ संस्कार करने की जरूरत नहीं, कुछ नहीं करना है. तो it is no sarva dharman parityajya and taking shelter of adharma. No? So before doing sarva dharman parityajya, there is one more important thing, sarva adharman parityajya is needed. No? Then after that you can give up sarva dharman parityajya. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vaja means what? So one is expected to do, it is understood, no, Krishna specifically did not mention you should give up adharma, because after hearing Bhagavad Gita so much, no, like no adharma के बारे में इतना no question नहीं आएगा, तो like he didn't tell that. Sarva dharman parityajya means you have to give up karma, jnana and yoga, no, and then mam ekam sharanam vraja means like exclusively take shelter of the angas of bhakti, no, that is the meaning of this shloka. No, you only do the aspects of Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam and things like that. If you cannot do only that, okay, we have 64 angas of bhakti, like no, you do 64 angas of bhakti and nothing else. No, that is Sarva Dharman Parityajya. And for such a person, no, he is above all the Vedic rules and regulations and things like that. If you are doing anything else apart from the angas of bhakti throughout the day, then even no little bit also, you are not above the Vedic rules and regulations. So that is to be very clearly seen. So the qualification to give up the other dharmas, no karma, jnana and no this ones, it comes only when a person takes complete shelter of the no like angas of bhakti. So otherwise it is not possible. Any other questions? Okay, then devotees can, yeah, yes.
Should accept gold demand from 50 means does this means that we can accept wisdom from any sources, even if he is morally corrupt person?
Morally corrupt means what wisdom you will take from it?
Means there are some of the people.
Wisdom means what? Matravat paradareshu, lostravat paradravyeshu, atmavat sarvabhuteshu, ya pashyati sapandita. So like wisdom means, this is wisdom. Wisdom means like to see other women other than one's wife as mother, and others' property as garbage, and then seeing others' pain like one's own pain. No, this is wisdom. No. So that is this one. So like now, if that wisdom is not there, then what are you going to take from him?
Prabhuji, I'm asking, can you please explain this statement once again? Intelligent men should accept gold even from 50 places.
Yeah. So if something good is there, you should take it from any place. So to the extent people are controlling their senses, to the extent people are knowledgeable, so that extent we can actually take it. No, that extent we can actually take it, but that requires a cultured person, a person who is very seasoned in the practice of like dharma. He can pick up dharma from anywhere. No, so but then if a person is accustomed to adharma, so then for him different rule is there. No, for him like he cannot be allowed to you choose what is best from this lot. No, that cannot be done for him, because he will go and rightly choose the wrong thing. It is like a boy, like many times I've seen like my friends doing, and sometimes I have also done that. So like mother will give money to purchase some vegetable, and she will send me to this one, and I'll go and purchase chocolate and come. I'll purchase vegetable also. थोड़ा like 2 kg बोला तो 1.5 kg लेके थोड़ा chocolates लेके आ जाएंगे. So it is so then it is not good, है ना? So to take that, intelligent persons like So intelligent men should pick up no such things. If a person is not very intelligent, no, he cannot pick the right thing from wrong source. No, so a person is intelligent and he does things right. So then even other people who are wrong, even if they do something right, no, he can pick up that. No, it is possible. But if I'm not trained, no, myself, so then I'll try and go and do this kind of experiment, I'll fall. Hare Krishna. Okay, so now we can do a little bit of sharing. No, 9:15 we'll go out. Devotees can share whatever you liked in this session.
Krishna Guru. So reading Srimad Bhagavatam is very important. Yeah, as you have said, it's way more important than doing deity worship.
Comparatively. Deity worship is also very important, and doing Srimad Bhagavatam and holy name is even more important.
So by studying Srimad Bhagavatam, we can get association of pure devotees like our acharyas and Narad Munis, because they are present in earlier words in these early texts.
Yes. Nice.
Our success of preaching will be when we will be able to make others people read Srila Prabhupada's books.
Nice. Thanks.
Avoiding offenses and attention to the chanting of the holy name. Most angas of the book.
The two main angas of bhakti are like reading Bhagavatam and chanting holy names.
Like we should not immaturely give up the Varnashram system. Like we should perform bhakti nicely and
Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. The atmosphere has become so much polluted because God consciousness is not there in current everything.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I love the point where it is mentioned that it's duty of every responsible Indian to preach the message of Srimad Bhagavatam very seriously.
Nice.
A devotee should not much bother about other things like politics and other. And the Brahmanas should create Kshatriyas for those purposes. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, repeated hearing can increase the faith, and that it likes giving hope to us, to me actually, that yeah, we can do anything, we can attain perfection, we can try, but repeated hearing, repeated sadhana. Thank you.
Yes. Next.
So in this world of chaos, Sankirtan is missing. So wherever Prabhupada is going, he is meeting with people. So he's directly proposing that Sankirtan should be done. He's very clear about it. So otherwise, why to waste time? Nothing is going to work.
By practicing angas of bhakti, it will come one time when we will become pure devotees.
So honesty is required in order to accept instructions of the scriptures and get purified. If you are dishonest, then instructions won't work on us very properly.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, you said that adharma in this society is currently there because devotees are not going and distributing Prabhupada's books. If devotees used to do these things, then there will be no adharma. Therefore, it is very important to go out and distribute Prabhupada every day.
Hari. So everybody should go with Bimal Prabhu. Really, it is very, very important. Very, very important.
So like Prabhuji, I like that point, like how to practice bhakti is like driving a bike, like we have to hold the handle and we have to put the brakes not to go into the right direction and taking the right things and putting accelerator on the right links of devotional so that we can progress and reach the right destination.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So you mentioned that from the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam is very, very clear that bhakti means 24/7 devotional service. This point was clear.
So other things is also called as bhakti, but when bhakti is like Bhagavan, the word Bhagavan is also used for Narad Muni or Lord Shiva and personalities like that. But then the word Bhagavan takes its full proper meaning, when it is applied to the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. In the same way, Bhakti also means like one who accepts Krishna as Supreme Lord and who eventually wants to attain the lotus feet of the Lord. So like they also can be called as devotees. But then, the real meaning of the word Bhakti or Bhakti Yoga, comes when a person takes up, like 24/7, this one. So like that, relative meaning is there. So everybody are devotees, but at the same time, the relatively, if we see that, it takes complete meaning. So when a person dedicates, his time for 24/7, towards sanghas of bhakti, like that. Yes.
So you told that why ISKCON is focusing more on the chanting of the holy name and reading Srimad Bhagavatam. So first thing, that chanting of the holy name is the Yug Dharma, and the Srimad Bhagavatam at sages asked to Sutta Goswami that where the Dharma has taken shelter.
In Kali Yuga.
In Kali Yuga. So that is Srimad Bhagavatam.
In Kali Yuga, there's two very important things.
So you told that the goal of Vedic literatures is Ananya Bhajana, but that was not described in other Vedic literatures, and it is described in Srimad Bhagavatam.
I like the point, Prabhuji Harikshana. To give up a Varnashrama duty is very difficult unless one is fully engaged in Krishna consciousness.
Not difficult, you should not.
And you mentioned that one should fully engage, then only the horoscope thing you mentioned, that no need to check of horoscope, if one is fully engaged.
Yeah. Both husband and wife, both are full-time devotees, then no need to check.
And one point I mentioned, like one is actually called a devotee when one is fully engaged, like full-time devotee. Others are actually practitioners.
Yeah, others are not practitioners. Full-time devotees are practicing full-time devotional service. Full-time devotees are also practitioners only, pa. Practitioners of what? Others are practitioners of Karma Yoga or Jnana Yoga, means like Karma Yoga basically. And full-time devotees are practitioners of Bhakti Yoga. Or in the Acharya's terms, it is Gunibhuta Bhakti. Like Karma Yoga also can be called as Gunibhuta Bhakti or minimized Bhakti. Like that. And maximized Bhakti means more than 50% of their wakeful time spent on Angas of Bhakti, and then they take care of this one. And actually, even they can also be called as a pure devotee. A Grahastha, who is taking care of his family and job and things like that, but he carefully plans more than 50% of his wakeful time in the Angas of Bhakti. That means 8 to 9 hours in the Angas of Bhakti he spends. So even he can also come to the platform of pure devotee. He can also produce the effects of pure devotional service. So I was having a lot of argument with my seniors, like how can you say like this, things like that. So then he was telling that it is not about giving title of pure devotee to anybody. They should be able to produce the effects of pure devotional service. That is Kleshagni, Shubhada, Moksha Lagatakrit, like Sudurlabha, Sandrananda, Visheshatma, and Shri Krishna Akarshani. So this effects have to be produced. That is when it can be called as pure devotional service. And to produce that effect, we need to put in this much time at least. So 8-9 hours of Angas of Bhakti at least one has to put. That is when he will possibly able to produce that effect. It is not about like giving title to somebody. No, it is not about that. It is about the practicality of producing the effect. If somebody can produce that effect, then he is called pure devotee. और 2 घंटा भजन में वो प्रोड्यूस कर लिया तो मान लेंगे भाई प्योर डिवोटी नहीं प्रोड्यूस कर पाए तो so then he is not a pure devotee, right? So that's all. It's a technical science. It's a science.
I like these 2 points, like I told how avoiding offenses and carefully hearing the holy names of the Lord will help in the purification of the heart much more faster.
I like this point that Karma Yoga, for doing Karma Yoga also we have to give up all adharmic activities, and for Jnana Yoga we have to next give up the Dharma also and enter into sannyas like that. But Bhakti is the only thing which is very easy to perform in.
No, Easy to perform, that is there, but the direction, no. So Bhakti Yoga also in pure sense, one has to take sannyas. See, if Jnana Yoga demands sannyas, if Dhyana Yoga demands sannyas, no, higher than that is Bhakti, it will obviously demand, right? But it just says, okay, fine, even you can stay at home, but be like a sannyasi, like that. So that is this one, Griha Tako Vane Tako Sada Hari Bole Tako, right? So like that. Very good. So this is a very important, interesting point. Bhakti is easy in the terms of what? Anyone can start practicing. Prerequisites are relaxed. No, it is not expected that you put in 100 lifetimes of karma yoga, purify your senses, and then 100 lifetimes of jnana yoga, and then come to the point of Brahman realization, and after that come to the point of God realization. So that is not expected. Even if you are a drunkard, also can be taken in, and then he can be put to 24/7 Sankirtan. He can be accommodated like that. So it is possible. That this one is possible, and Prabhupada demonstrated it. And then what else Bhakti is easy at? Practical in Kali Yuga, like there is possibility that somebody can enroll to this kind of practice. It is possible. Then
activities are simple, like
activities, more than simple, the activities are natural to the soul. In karma, the activities are not natural to the soul. In jnana, the activities are not natural to the soul. In yoga, the activities are not natural to the soul. But in bhakti, the activities are the real swadharma of the soul. Because at least somewhere it matches. That is why it is easy to take up bhakti. Easy to accept. It is difficult to accept karma, jnana and yoga because it is not natural to the living entity. He requires training to enter into that. But this is like it is what is it? It is very close to the soul. These activities are very close to the soul. In that way it is easy. In what way in what way bhakti is difficult than other yoga systems?
There are 4 things: Shraddha, Spriya, Pragya and Kriya. Like to develop these 4 things, it's you can say difficult part.
Okay, so pure pure desire to attain only the Lord, that's very difficult. Bhakti means what? Pure desire to attain only the Lord. So that is in adharma, anything and everything is accepted. In dharma, that means in karma yoga, so adharma is not accepted. You have to give up adharma. And in jnana yoga, you have to give up even dharmic sense gratification. And in the Ashtanga yoga, you have to give up the desire for impersonalist liberation. And in bhakti yoga, you have to give up adharma, you have to give up dharmic sense gratification. First you have to give up adharmic sense gratification, you have to give up dharmic sense gratification, you have to give up the desire for liberation, you have to give up desire for Paramatma realization. And you have to only and only desire for attaining the Supreme Lord. That is the difficulty. That is why not many people take up to bhakti yoga. Karma yoga circus is too difficult, but still ठीक है, हम करेंगे because sense gratification चाहिए हमको. वो circus है फिर भी करेंगे हम लोग. Because sense gratification चाहिए. So this is the difficulty. Why bhakti yoga is difficult? Because we are asked to give up these things. That is like more. It's painful to the heart to give up all these things. So that is, in that angle, bhakti yoga is difficult. In the angle of the it is very close to the heart. Like it's very, very close to the heart of the living entity. So in that way, it is easy. And practicality also, it is easy. Right? So others may be little impractical or little difficult to do. So but then still people want to enroll into it because of desire for sense gratification. Right? So that's how I understand. ठीक है. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, गौर भक्त वृंद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.
Hare Krishna. So I would like to thank Prabhuji for giving such an intense class on the need of practicing intense devotional service so that we can get purified and also help others advance or take to this practice. So we'll chant one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra for Prabhuji.